Today, I kind of wanted to sit back and talk about Animal Crossing. I really love Animal Crossing, and it seems like we might be getting a new game possibly. I really hope so. My fingers are crossed. But either way, let's talk about some funny, wacky Animal Crossing theories. Starting, of course, with the famous zoo animal theory. This theory is pretty famous and popular, and it goes like this. Humans are going extinct in the Animal Crossing world, and so all the animals, who for some reason are sentient now, I guess, have put you, the player, in an elaborate zoo and are trying to give you enrichment. This is supposed to explain why they give you infinite pointless tasks, hide money in rocks and trees, etc., invent depth that just doesn't matter, and so on. It's also supposedly why the villagers or animals are always happy to see you, even after you destroy the entire island or cause other mischief like pushing them into pitfalls or trapping them into their homes. I have nothing against this theory, and plenty of people have said it and proved their experience of the game. However, it just can't be true for a number of reasons. Firstly, you have a mother who sends you stuff in the mail. Sure, this could be part of the ruse as well, obviously, but there are other factors that help debunk this as well. The fact that you can take a plane to other islands feels like something that just wouldn't be possible if you were in some kind of zoo. I mean, it's certainly an unnecessary risk to this supposed endangered species. The debt that doesn't matter is not just your debt. Well, I mean, I guess it is your debt, but the other villagers have also claimed to be in debt to Tom Nook. And again, they claim this, they obviously could be lying. But there's also the very beginning of the game, where you are choosing to move to the island. The very beginning of this game implies that you could have chosen to just leave whenever you wanted to, or just not go there at all. So while it is fun, there are a few holes that debunk this theory, especially when you consider the context of the other games, which should also be taking place in the same world, right? Now, I only mentioned this one because I felt like I kind of had to, right? It's extremely popular, and a dozen people probably would have talked about it in the comments below, arguing that, like, oh, this is true. It's just a zoo. That's what's really happening. They would have argued that it's true and said that it's confirmed, even though that it never has been. This next theory goes off of the meme that Tom Nook is evil and has never had your best interest at heart. I've heard various theories that Tom Nook is evil, but I wanted to give it my own spin and talk about this world domination theory. So here is my version of this. Tom Nook starts off with not a whole lot in the early game, the very first Animal Crossing game. He has a shop, and it seems like he's only just now kind of getting into the real estate business with the 4 houses that the 4 players can claim. And I think it's implied that he owns the other houses in this town as well, but I cannot remember for sure if that's true or not. Now, in later games, Tom Nook has more connections and power. Eventually, in New Horizons, which is the latest Animal Crossing game, Tom Nook has basically an unlimited amount of private islands, his own currency that people are actually using, and even a phone company with multiple apps. The Nook phone, for example. We can confirm that Tom Nook owns the islands that you go to, minus Harv's Island, of course, by simply just swimming to the edges where a net prevents you from going too far. In the corner, you can find a flag with Tom Nook's logo on it. Sure, these nets are in place to prevent you from going out into dangerous waters, but the fact that Tom Nook has these set up can only mean that he has to own the island, right? Because otherwise, why would Tom Nook have set up these nets on random islands? Tom Nook is slowly taking over the world through real estate, and so it's no wonder he buys just practically everything. He already owns those things. He already has control of practically every resource in the world. The alien theory is one that I've come up with that honestly started off as a joke and kinda still is. Animal Crossing, of course, has always had a weird relationship with aliens. In some games, you can even shoot down UFOs. Of course, like a pelican dude comes out of it for some reason, but either way, you can still shoot down UFOs, and of course, there's the weird alien messages and stuff like that that plays on the TV late at night. All these alien-related things have always struck me as weird. It's always kind of just stuck with me in general. And then I got a letter from Mom, like we all have before many times in Animal Crossing. For some reason, the moment I saw the word Mom, I immediately thought about the aliens again, and thought to myself, what if this entire time these letters haven't been coming from your mom, but instead the mothership still in orbit, and you just refer to it as Mom so no one's the wiser? It's honestly really insane, and I don't really have anything beyond this really wild idea. And if I wanted to add more to it, I'd probably say something like the Animal Crossing world is not Earth, and instead it's an alien planet that we humans have decided to investigate, explore, and learn more about, or something like that. And you're essentially the astronaut. It would honestly explain why there aren't really any other humans around this place besides the other players. And it also helps explain why the villagers never really call us human. They have no idea what we are, and honestly, we could borrow some of the zoo theory and say that the animals treat us well and nice and so on, because they think that we are an endangered animal, when really we're just aliens exploring a strange world where their currency falls from trees and rocks. However, the fact that they have the same fossil record as us pretty much fully debunks this one. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys, all of that was just for fun. This last one here is the real theory. They already told us the truth. If you are lucky, you can sometimes get an interesting dialogue from a lazy villager, such as Stitches here. They go on about how the island is just a game and that everything is weird with music that plays everywhere, fruit growing way too fast, or that Tom Nook just doesn't really make any sense because he buys anything. The moment the villager says that their lives are fake, the player suddenly starts to panic. I don't think that the player is panicking because they believe the villager, but because they know the villager is correct. You are experiencing a video game or some kind of simulation that you opted into. And honestly, that should be the theory that everyone subscribes to, because the game is pretty much confirming it. If you wanted it to be more wild, obviously, you could say that the aliens abducted you and they put you in this simulation, and the weird alien messages that you see on TVs and stuff like that is either them checking up on you or checking up on things around the island or something like that, or maybe it's weird, brief glimpses into reality. Either way, that is the last theory, the one that pretty much is basically confirmed to be true, because the villagers kind of tell you all of this stuff. Obviously, they cut to the end and they're like, haha, I'm just joking, I made all that up, I had a weird dream or something like that. But the fact that the player reacts that way kind of feels like maybe the player is aware of it or something. I don't know. I hope you guys enjoyed these really funny, wild, wacky Animal Crossing theories and stuff like that. And if you did, please do consider liking or subscribing or something like that. If nothing else, just do it for the meme, and I'll see you next time.
Huh? Huh? Huh?